Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Actors Area. I am your host, Sean Robert Grant. Thank you again for joining me. Got a great show for you today. Won't be long, but it will be effective, and it will be one of those pieces that I feel like will touch your heart in a way that will have you inspired to move in the direction that you truly feel you want to. So without further ado, let's get into it. Also, guys, I am offering coaching. I feel like I have so much to offer to actors, to people in general, and I just want to pour out as much as I possibly can. I'm not trying to break your bank, but I am. My aim is to get a fair deal for both of us and to make sure that I not only leave you as a better person, but also a better actor. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email at shaung04@gmail.com. All right, enough of that self-promotion stuff. Let's get right into it. So if you got sensitive ears, this might not be the episode for you, but if you're open and willing to what I got to say, and the title is what brought you here, welcome. So we're right into it. Fuck permission, follow your heart. And so what does that mean? That means that we don't have to ask to follow our dreams. We don't have to ask for what's truly right and connected to the deepest part of our being. And as actors, sometimes we submit to authority. You know, I was reading an article with Melissa McCarthy yesterday, and she talked about how, like, you know, before you're in a position where, you know, you can call your own shots and whatnot, you find yourself submissive to so much authority and doing stuff that you wouldn't normally feel like is necessarily right. So that hit me, you know, because it was like, you know, I need to do a podcast on that because, you know, why wait? Why wait until you're a big dog or a top dog in the Hollywood game? Start right now. Yeah, and when I say fuck permission, what I mean is don't ask. Don't feel like you need to ask somebody or get somebody's approval to move forward to what's important to you. Don't feel like you need to be in a place to where somebody else has to justify something that only you can feel. See, that's the problem. That's what happens is God gave us the dream. God gave us a dream to be the actor, to be the singer, to be the director, to be the writer, to be whoever it is that we want to be. And other people can't necessarily feel that unless they're running the same race as we are or they're on the same path. So this is kind of more or less for people outside who can't really seem to fathom where you're going. And if you're going to be an actor and you have, you know, old school parents like I have, or, you know, maybe siblings or friends that have just kind of taken a conventional route, which by all means, if that makes you happy, that's your thing, you're going to experience some dissonance and some friction from time to time. But it's not something that you have to get out of whack about or something that you even have to take heed to. So the basis for this podcast or this episode for me was to just get across, like, what is it in your career and even in your life that you hadn't taken the time to just do it because you have all these people inside your head. You have people constantly running a program telling you what matters, what you need to do, and what they think you should do, as opposed to listening to yourself and saying, you know what? This is what I truly feel is right. This is what I truly feel needs to happen. This is what I truly feel is going to happen. And I'm going to do everything possible to ensure that I am in alignment with that taking place. You know, and to give you an example, when this topic emerged, because I've been talking a lot about how things have just emerged and I'm acting upon the creativity. But when this title emerged, I got a little nervous. And you know why? I got a little nervous because I thought about what everyone else who might be offended might think of me putting the F-U-C-K word on my podcast. And then immediate, like a second afterwards, I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't be ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed about. If anything, I should be proud because I'm using this to help people. I'm using it to create emphasis on how important it is to do what's deep inside you, to do what's in your heart space. And so that immediately changed my perspective. It's not a level of being disrespectful or anything like that, but it's just basically claiming what's yours through conviction, and that is what matters the most to us as actors and to anybody else. It's finding where we fit in. And a lot of times that comes with difficult decisions. That comes with things that are going to make you feel uncomfortable. But you know what? Embrace the discomfort, embrace the discomfort and do it anyway. Because at the end of the day, if somebody thinks that you need their permission in order to do something that you feel is right to you, then that person doesn't really belong in your life because they don't respect the fact that you are capable enough to make decisions that's not only going to help you as an actor in your career, but it's going to help you as a person. Okay? So moving right along. I just want to ensure that you are doing everything that you need in order to succeed. And a lot of that comes with introspection. And we've talked about introspection on past podcasts. Feel free to go and listen if you'd like, more self-promotion. But we've talked a lot about that. And it's important because you know what it does? It takes the blinders off. Sometimes you can have tunnel vision, which is awesome, and you're focused on this goal and you're focused on getting this role and writing this script and producing this or directing that. And then all of a sudden you kind of lose sight because we always have to look at things from a peripheral standpoint. And what I mean by that is you got to see the entire spectrum. You got to see things coming from the left, from the right, from the top, from the bottom, diagonal, whatever it is. You always have to have that peripheral vision as you focus and hone in on your desired goal. Okay. So, but what I'm getting at is when you have that peripheral, you can see what's not working, or you can see what you're not doing because you may have put off because you don't want to make somebody feel uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you from experience, it's okay to make people feel uncomfortable. Chances are you ain't doing something right if you're not making people feel a little bit uncomfortable. I used to get upset and scared when people would message me saying well, I felt like this was totally inappropriate and you shouldn't have done this and you shouldn't have done that. But now I think about it, I'm like, hell yeah, I want that to happen because guess what? That means that they're paying attention. And if they're paying attention, then other people are paying attention. If the other people are paying attention, then that means that they're getting something out of what I'm giving, and that's the whole point. That's why the title is what it is, because it makes people notice. It makes people take notice on something that could potentially change their lives. Okay? So before I leave you, here's what I want to say. Here's what the last thing I want to tell you. Refuse to let anybody stand in your way. We only get one life. We only get one chance to be all that we can be, to try all that we can try, to give our complete best. We'll never get back May 1st, 2018. This is the last time you will see this date, and then it's done. And when you realize that, when you realize this is the last time it'll be 1:23 Pacific time on May 1st, 2018, when you realize It's precious. It's fleeting. And you got to take advantage of it, right? You got to take advantage. What I mean by taking advantage of it, what's emerging? What type of creativity is trying to come through you? What wants to speak to the rest of the world that wants to use you as a channel? Let it loose. Let it loose. And if it makes some people feel uncomfortable, yeah, it's okay. It's not a problem. But I guarantee you, in more ways than one, it's probably helping individuals become better than what they were before they were exposed to it. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for listening. I'm out of time. Dang. Anyway, check in soon. Have a wonderful day. Have good luck on your auditions, on your shoots, anything you got coming up. And I will talk to you soon. Remember, keep that title handy because it definitely will help you out, especially when you're feeling stuck. Take care, guys. Thanks so much.